Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Fights with Friends. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Everybody, please hit that like button. And at the end, please put your comments down below. Let me know if you disagree with me, agree with me, and who you pick for the fights. First, let's look at Candle the Spider Grove versus AJ Matthews. Matthews is only 8-7, but has fought most of his fights in Bellator and Strikeforce instead of padding his record in some of these smaller leagues. He lost a close split decision to tough Andre Fiallo in July. Always comes to strap. He's not a contender by any means, but he's more of a gatekeeper. Candle the Spider Grove, of course, we've seen him for a long time. He's ex-Ultimate Fighter winner. He has lost his 2 fights, albeit one of them was to Alexander Shemenko. So, that's one of the top guys at that weight in the world. Don't forget, this guy's a guy who has career wins over Alan Belcher, Ed Herman, Evan Tanner, Jake Rashalt. He knocked out Joey Beltran in Bellator just 18 months ago. So that's not that long ago. I've always been a Candle Grove fan. I pick him to finish this fight in the second round by knockout or choke submission. Even though it seems he's been around forever, he's actually only 35. He started really young, and by moving up to 185, I think that might add a few more years to his career. Let's move on to the co-main event between J.J. Ambrose and Saad. Saad is coming off back-to-back wins of Zach Freeman by knockout and a dominating decision win over Ryan Quinn. He's just 18 months removed from a victory over the always tough Evangelist Cyborg Santos. J.J. Ambrose, of course, he's been gone for a while, to say the least. His last performance was a loss to former champion David Rickles, but that was in October of 2013. Fight before that, he had a guillotine submission win over Brian Warren. So, he was fighting some hitters, no doubt. But 4 years is a long time, and JJ is no GSP. In fact, this is the second time he's taken a 4-year hiatus from the big show. When he fought his last fight for Affliction in 2008, he didn't sign with Bellator until 2012. I really think that's a lot of ring rust to dust off in one fight, but he is only 30 years old. Either way, this one, I take Saad by unanimous decision. So let's get to the main event, the 185ers, 2 of the best 185ers in Bellator, Lorenz Larkin versus Fernando Gonzalez. Gonzalez comes in at 27-14. He's won 8 of his last 9 fights, submitting Brennan Ward in August of last year. His only loss since 2014, in fact, was in November of 2016 to Michael Page, which was a split decision that had one judge giving all 3 rounds to Gonzalez. The other 2 judges gave the fight to Michael Page by 1 round. So Michael Page is almost not undefeated because of Fernando Gonzalez. He can stand in there with anyone. He's only 34 years old. Lorenz Larkin, of course, has been in there with the who's who. He comes in at 18-7. He has lost his last 2 fights, but they're the 2 of the best in the world, Paul Daly and Douglas Lima. This is a guy who people forget beat Robbie Lawler in 2012. Beat John Howard in 2015. He left the UFCs with back-to-back first-round knockouts of Jorge Masvidal and Neil Magny. He's only 31 years old, and this could be the peak of his career. He could still be getting better from here. I take Larkin by decision only because Gonzalez has not been stopped in 11 years, and he's faced some tough finishers in that time. So tell me what you think down below. I will have the Fights with Friends on Friday. I'll be calling the fights, so make sure and tune in. Make sure and tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific, tomorrow Thursday, for MMA Live at 5 every Thursday. And I will see you then. You guys have a great night.